All right, we're going to look at JavaScript in the page next and immediately go to an example. So here's the JavaScript. It's content of the script element. It's directly in the page. So within the script element, these are JavaScript comments, traditional block comment, /*, star // or two forward slashes that make up the single line comment. This should be familiar to you from the C family of languages. Notice within this script tag that comment style is differently. So here we're out at the HTML, and the HTML comment looks like this. It's just a block comment, started this way and ended this way. Within the script tag, the contents are dished off to the Java parser, and now we're playing by the syntax rules of JavaScript, not HTML. Hence the comment style is different. Also of note here, this alert, that's one of the first that we're going to learn in terms of communicating with the alert user. It'll pop up a dialog. We're going to concat it with I++, which is the prefix concatenation operator. So the I is declared here. This is a JavaScript declaration. Right here, let I is equal to 0. Here we prefix operation, so we expect to see hello world 1 from this. Now going on, notice, let's go on to the next piece. So this next script, notice there's no declaration of I in this script, but there's no problem here either, because the script tags are parsed when they are encountered, as the HTML is mainly being parsed and turned into the document object model in memory. The script tags are encountered and handed over to the JavaScript parser for parsing and execution. Notice it's immediate execution. There's no main. Once JavaScript parses this and understands it, the syntax is correct and whatnot, it runs the code as soon as it's encountered. But this script is not a different scope from this script. There's essentially forms one big block of code that starts immediately executing if it sees instructions. So this I, since it's one block of code, is a declared variable from the script itself. There's one more script tag I have here sprinkled in at the very end of this HTML, and we'll see the effect when I hit refresh on this browser. So common advice, scripts should come at the end of the page, so I do have some scripts at the beginning of the page. But wait until the page is loaded and the elements exist in the DOM, the document object model. So as the script HTML is parsed, the document object model is being created, and the browser's philosophy is to show content as soon as possible. So as soon as it can, it parses enough, it's built enough of a DOM, the browser will start showing it. If it encounters scripts, it starts running those as well. So those can interfere with the page display, make it slower on initial view. That's bad. You don't want to slow down the initial page view. So that's number 2. But number 1, the primary purpose of JavaScript is to affect the document object model. And since it affects, it writes to and reads from the document object model and indeed interacts with it quite deeply. Those elements should be created before the JavaScript starts to run, and they won't be if the script elements are included before the tags to create the elements are created. So good advice, create your scripts at the end of the page or defer their loading, and we'll see that too. So I'll refresh this page and we'll see the alerts pop up. So here's our first hello world 1. No surprise there. We went over that. We declared the I. We initialized it. Notice the page is not visible. Hello world 2. So the page is still not visible, so not enough of the HTML has been parsed to create enough of the document object model to display. So hello world 2 is now here. And then notice the rest of the display is created in the background, and we have our third dialog popping up there from this script. But all that script is one thing. It should be thought of as one thing, even though I split it upon 3 things. Now, as in CSS, like you can imagine, the best place for JavaScript is in a file separate from the HTML file and then included in the HTML file. There's many reasons for this. Number 1, it can be that script included can be put in the right place, that is either deferred or put at the end of the HTML file. Also, you can share it, and it just makes it look easier. Like HTML is just HTML. JavaScript is just JavaScript, and we'll see the inclusion of JavaScript in the next lecture.